Oh, hey there. To day 9 of the community Vlogmas challenge. I still don't know what to call this. Wow, my glasses. You know what? Molly kisses me, and she gets very enthusiastic, and she gets the outside of my glasses, and then there's just spots from her dried saliva on them. I should maybe fix that. But I am currently not even looking at my screen while I'm looking at my screen. I am not looking at the camera because I am trying to find the questions. There we go. How do you end up recording your desktop when you're doing things? I need to look into that maybe. That could be interesting. I don't know. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Day 9. So this is the Community Vlogmas 2019 challenge. And it was created by Annie over at Mirth and Reverence, and I will link. There will be links to her channel in the description below, as well as the other people who are also participating in this as I come across it. I'm still trying to speak slowly and enunciate. It's difficult. Yeah. So I'm also kind of batching these. You're going to notice that my hair is the same mess, my clothes are the same mess. I'm batching a bunch of these so that I don't have to do it during the week. Although maybe I won't, because I am doing these live. Well, I'm going to do this one and the next one for tomorrow, which, oh, it's only the 9th. It's only the 9th, and I keep thinking it's the 9th, but it's before midnight. It's not. So maybe this will be the last one I do for today. So today's question is, what is the best advice another has ever shared with you? And this has me thinking about, like, what is the best advice that I have come across for living life and life advice. And I don't know. Okay. People have definitely given me advice. And things have stuck. And so there are definitely ideas that I have in my head in terms of, like, so for example, I don't know. I guess the best things that have ever been given to me in terms of advice have been the things that have helped me deal with the depression, especially before I was medicated. Even still now, because I am not, things are not perfect. The depression doesn't just go away. There's still things to maintain, and I've talked about this before. It's entirely possible that I am not on the right combination of things. You have in your head this, or I have in my head this idea that given the right kind of medication, the depression will be cured. It will not be a factor anymore. I wonder if that's actually true. I definitely experience it as the medication allows me to have a base level that is less. My base level is when I'm unmedicated, and also more stable. And honestly, I think the more stable is more important to me than having it be less bleak. Because if things are pretty level, I can navigate okay. But if things are swinging like crazy in mental health talk, that's funny, it's harder. So stability and steadfastness and just stable ground is more important to me. And so like the ideas that I have in my head, the things that I tell myself that help me deal with that, I would include as like the best advice. But I don't have a memory of people specifically saying these things. So at some point I picked up the idea of one of my biggest negative self-talk. Why does that sound weird right now? Anyway, one of the biggest, most consistent, most debilitating one for me has always been, there's no point to anything. There's no point to anything. Why even, like, nothing you do is going to matter. There's no point to any of it, so why fucking do anything? And at some point, within the last 5 years, it's been fairly recent, I've gotten to the point of I'm doing laundry. I don't know if you can hear it happening. There's no point to anything. I almost wish I could pause this until I was done. So there's a reason to be doing this recorded and not live. Anyway, hopefully that's not too loud for you. So the idea is no point to anything, so why bother? And at some point in the last 5 years, it has switched to there's no point in anything, so it really doesn't matter what you do, and so do whatever you want. And that has been super freeing for me. That has been a huge beneficial tool to fight the apathy when the apathy rears back up. But I don't remember anybody specifically saying that. I think that was, I don't want to say I thought that up on my own. It's definitely things that I have taken in from people over the years that kind of became that idea. That has been very freeing for me and a big plus in this navigating life with some serious depression. And then I talked about this in my Heroes video because I was talking about Molly. And it's not as though she actually speaks, even though we like play talking for her, and we we channel her and what we think she'd be saying. I think that's fairly normal, and if it's not, I don't care. So one of the things that we channel for her is always, I'm even going to do my Molly voice. Just try. It's okay if you can't do it. Just try. And that's what we do when she's try to get the toy from me. It's okay if you can't, but just try. Those sorts of things. But that's her philosophy in life. I mean, not really, but kind of. I mean, that is sort of her attitude. There are things that she doesn't stop trying to do because she wants to do things. And that's not I don't know, that's not verbal advice, right? But so I feel like I have gotten some pretty important life lessons from each of the dogs that I have had over time. And Corby's lessons Corby really taught me to appreciate the present and to also live in the now. So depression is a thing, anxiety is a thing. I'm definitely one of those people that overthinks everything. And he really taught me a lot to stop and to live in the moment, especially the later years of his life, and especially once he came down with the heart failure. That really taught us to appreciate every moment we had with him and to live in the now. But even more than that, when he had, whether it was a minor stroke or the onset of dementia or both, the things that happened to him a year to 6 months before his huge stroke, himself, and he would forget where he was, and he would forget that we would be with him, and so he would startle and be surprised and happy that we were there. And his personality changed a little, and he really taught, we would go outside for our walks and he would just stop and stand there in the sun and just smile and be in the sun. He really taught me to appreciate the moment, to really appreciate the moment, to stop and just be now, be here now, and don't worry about anything else. Don't worry about what's coming after. Stop thinking, just be. And Molly has taught me to love and she's brought happiness in a way that nobody else really has up to this point. I'm able to feel it more now for everybody. I'm coming home every day and I don't know who I'm more excited to see. For up until we got Keegan, the walk home I would just be giddy with, I'm gonna go see Molly. She's gonna be there and she's gonna give me that smile, and I can't wait to get home to see Molly. And I had that with everybody, but it's been different with her, and I don't know if it's my time of life, where I am in my life and where I am in my dealing with depression and medication and whatever, that has made that more or what. But I'm babbly. I don't know if you've picked this up from my videos yet. I really love my animals a lot. And I value them highly, and I don't think that's abnormal, especially in these spaces, right? Um, anyway, that is, yeah, I don't have anything like one piece of advice that somebody has sagely said to me, and then I have treasured it for always. The advice that I get really is like just from observing other people and like observing my grandparents and observing the way that my brother is. So like I really admire him. He doesn't, if he does overthink things, he doesn't do it in the same way that I do, or at least not from the outside. Um, and he's really good. He seems to be very good about being able to step back from what is bothering him and to let it, at least the minor things, just kind of wash over him and not get in under his skin quite as much. I don't know. That's my answer for that one. I have a headache coming on, so I'm deciding that I'm not going to actually batch these, and I don't need to since I'm doing these live, but live streamed and private, so people can bumble across them. Not that anybody would at this time of day. And yeah, I'm going to go. And I'm going to look at the ones for tomorrow, the next day. What are your greatest fears? Well, that's going to be funny for me. Yeah, okay. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. And stream, yes.